Hello everyone and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Prowler only. Last time we took on Rust Razor Hermitaur G5, and this time we'll be taking on the other crab and the bunch of deviants, the Stonefist Hermitaur G5. This one looks similar. We've got a Rust Razor Hermitaur and a Stonefist Hermitaur to hunt. That is why I wanted to do Rust Razor first, that way I could do this one as well. The monsters in this quest are both weak to Thunder Element, and that's their weakest element as well, which is great for us. It was about a 24-minute hunt in the test hunt. And if you have your Fatalis Rod, please use that. I am still just being stubborn and not going for White Fatalis. I want to kind of save that more towards the end, especially after we finish the deviants. But if you do have it, go ahead and use it. Either way, go ahead and take the quest and head on out. Another thing I did not mention, I already ate, so don't worry about that. I don't know if I got Hurler or not. We will see. No, we did not. So we're going to be a little bit weaker than we would have if I would have cycled for Hurler, but I don't really do that too often. All right, so we've already done Rust Razor. I'm starting to say Stonefist, and I apologize. I'm not in the speaking aptitudeness today, so it's not going to sound very nice. And we're already going to get hit by the first attack. Good job on us. But the Rust Razor is not terrible. And I keep saying the monsters like this and that, you know, using the in front of them. But it's just Rust Razor. He's not going to be too terrible. Does that little charged water beam there. I'm not going to say too much about him because we did just immediately cover him in the Rust Razor hunt. So we'll just go ahead and cover what he's doing while he does it. It was a swooping water beam. We'll go for the face here. Now, since we are using Thunder Element, we'll be getting a lot more trips, which is nice. And remember, once Rust Razor gets down to 30% health, Stonefist will come in and then we'll all just have a good old grand old time. All right, sweeping water beam. Go ahead and swipe here. Throw a boomerang at the face here. We don't really care where our boomerangs are actually going right now because we still need our buffs. Just going to taunt there, so that's good for us to catch up to him to attack. Remember, go for the back legs when it's in Gravio Skull mode, and then you'll go for the front legs in the Glavinus Skull mode if you want trips. Now, of course, the horn's going to be better, even for Thunder Element. Thunder Element is still just really good on the horn. But if you're wanting more trips, especially to use Mega Boomerang, go ahead and go for the legs, because you're not going to be losing out on too much damage that way. There's a charged water beam. Go ahead and attempt to dodge into it, but we'll just evade it entirely. That's why we wait a little longer there. That attack will just go completely above us, so we're perfectly fine. It's the power of having a smaller hitbox. It's going to do a reaching attack, but it's going to have less range because he has unfurled claws, or furled up claws. Doing a stationary water beam. I'm going to do a lunge here into a spin in a different direction. I didn't think he would do that so quickly. The physical attacks, and let me say this is just for general Hermitaurs as well, are a bit harder to have tails on because they come out so quickly. And this is something, if you've played Dose, you know what a menace the little crabs are in the jungle area. You know how bad they are. And they only have one attack, but they can pull them out so quickly, and sometimes they're just lightning fast randomly. Those are not fun monsters to fight in the older games. They would have like 200 health in low rank, which is quite a bit for your base bone and iron weapons. Bit of a rant there, but that's fine. Double go fight win, not great, because we will now have much longer downtime compared to whenever they just stagger them, because you don't really get a benefit whenever it's stacked, but oh well. Two attacks here into the spin on the legs. See what he does here. I'm not going to throw a Mega Boomerang. I could attempt to, but I think we're just going to hold off and try to get as much gauge built up as we can. He's going to do a charge jumping attack there. Go ahead and go for the front legs, do a spin on it. See what he does next. He's charging up. Is he doing a charge attack? He is. All right, we're going to hold guard, move. Just guarded the attack though. So like I said last time, you want to hold guard before that attack. I believe I said this last time, but you want to hold guard before it. Does not require guard up, as you saw there. And you want to dodge a little on the lighter side. That way you don't worry about taking extra damage. Of course, you'll still be hit with defense down if you are hit by the attack while guarding. But that's nowhere near as bad as taking the full thing and be hitting or getting hit with bleed. All right, we're gonna wait, move, and as soon as you see him move at all, go ahead and press the B button to dodge, because it comes out fairly quick. It's fairly generous that way. There is still that sweet spot on his back left leg that you can go for, but I don't find it to be too consistent, especially with cats, which move around quite a bit. But there is a sweet spot that hunters probably want to figure out, and gathering cats as well. All right, here comes a reach. Go ahead and reapply our piercing buff. Dodging under him there. That was a little dangerous, but we're fine. Boomerang out. Dodge to the right. Boomerang out. Dodge into the claw spike. Go for the face. Dodge to the right. Boomerang, dodge to the right. This is going to get very repetitive. I keep saying how much I dodge, so we're going to stop that. All right, a couple of claw combos there. He actually finished it. He can either do one set and then stick in the ground for a little bit. That's great for you to get a Mega Boomerang or something like that off, or he'll continue it. All right, Boomerang here. See what he does. He's going to get flinched. That's good for us. Keep going for that. Remember, the claws, when they're sharpened and unfurled, they can only be sharpened when they're unfurled. So, you know, whenever they're sharpened, are a weak spot. So go for that as well. I don't remember, and again, I'm going to be repeating a lot of stuff. I don't remember how I said this when we fought Restrazer, but I don't think, at the very least, I haven't seen him enrage permanently from breaking a claw. However, I haven't ever broke a claw. So, you know, I don't know either way, but it is something to think about because that's what happens with regular Hermitaur. Boomerang out here. See what he does. All right, Boomerang. We're going to wait for the second combo. We're not going to get it, though, so we're going to go ahead and keep going for the face. Reach attack. Go ahead and swipe out of it. Boomerang out here. Surprised that didn't reach me, but I'm very happy it didn't. All right, Boomerang. Going to get right on a bad spot for him. If he reaches around, we're fine. Got quite a bit of time to tell. All right, here we go. Is he comboing it? No, he's not. That's great for us. We'll go for the legs, do a spin. I don't know if he's doing the poke attack or going to Gravios. He's going to Gravios. I could have thrown a Mega Boomerang there, but we're going to be happy with the damage we did get off. He's doing a sweeping beam in the complete wrong direction, so that's great for us. Maybe doing another one? Nope, doing a charged one. I'll try to draw it away from our cats. Yeah, he almost ran right into it, but we're fine. All right, 2 boomerangs there. Gonna get away from the claw swipe. Fire big boomerangs. He's doing a charged water beam, so he's gonna shoot that down. And we'll go ahead and get a Mega Boomerang readied up. He shouldn't be able to pull out a stationary water beam that quickly. Or a moving one, for that matter, but he wasn't looking at us. So if he pulled it out that quickly, he would have had to shoot it there. Gotta enunciate. I'm not doing that today. Got a good flinch, so that's nice. Keep going for the face here. 2 boomerangs. All right, 1 more out. See where he goes. Nope, he's going out there. I don't like it when he goes out there because he can just stall, and that is the worst thing he can do. Stalling is very annoying. Aimed that pretty nicely, though, so I props to him. He's like right at the edge of his range. There's a sweep. Boomerang out. Sweeping water beam. We'll dodge into that. Boomerang out once more. It just is a little swipe attack. Not long enough for us, though. All right, charge water beam. Go ahead and get it range here. Dodge forward. Now, if we didn't have to get the adept dodge, this would be a little safer, but we'll risk it. I'm fine with that. Do miss it, though, because he walks away. It's very interesting movements when he's in Gravios mode, because he kind of tries to favor range a little more, but then he'll switch to melee and back up still. It's weird. Very weird AI he has whenever he has the Gravios skull. All right. Just doing the sharpening card attack. Not really too scary for us. Here comes a sweep. Coming from the right claw, so we can just move back away from it. Dodge into the sweeping water beam once more. Boomerang out. Dodge to the right. He's attacking our cat there. He's doing either a stationary beam or a charged one. He's doing a charged one. He's doing it at our other cat, though, so we can actually get this out here. Hopefully he doesn't back up. Look at me. Either with the skull or the face. Now, I could have been hit by that, but since our small hitbox allows us to evade that, that's very nice. Not moving. Just a stationary one, so we'll keep going for the back leg. All right, we're fine. Couple of boomerangs there. We'll go ahead and apply big boomerangs. See what he does next. Going underground. If he's going... I'm not going to do that. I could have went for another Mega Boomerang, but I do want to get more gauge before I do anything else. Now we've gotten him down to 30% health, and Stonefist has appeared. So now we've got to deal with him. The worst part about having Stonefist is that since he doesn't have to, you know, be in a special mode to do his digging attack, he will just kind of do that, and he can reach you from across the area. His jumping attacks, too, are pretty far ranged and can reach you. He's walking straight towards me. That's the attack. If you know the little Hermitaurs, you know the big Hermitaur. Scuttling towards you very slowly and menacingly, or lightning fast if it's dose. Boomerang out here. Just doing poking here. I don't want to be too aggressive. And that is why I don't want to be too aggressive, because we'll be hit. Is he doing a spin charge? Yes, he is. Okay. We'll go ahead and just soothing roll here. We're in an awkward position where if I dodge one attack, I might be hit by another. So we're just going to worry about getting some damage off after getting out of the soothing roll. Boomerang here. Main target seems to want to be Stonefist right now, but we don't want to fight you yet. You're not the main target for now. All right, we'll get away from that. Use our attack as a little positioning tool. Get away. Go and apply piercing. He's doing a couple of attacks here. He doesn't continue it though. We do get thrown into rage mode, so it does throw off our timing to get some extra attacks out. We'll see what he does here. Bit greedy of me to pull out a mega or just a regular boomerang there, because he could have continued that combo. I didn't have the tell on that, but it did work out for us in the end. Couple of attacks there. 2 boomerangs here. Boomerang. Go ahead and soothing roll. All right, dodge forward. Boomerang. He's gonna do a digging attack, so I'm just gonna soothing roll once more. See what he does. Goes back to Glavinus, or goes back to Gravios. He's not. He's just doing the digging attack. So we'll wait. Oh boy, they're both doing it. That's not amazing. See what we can do. We're gonna run in a straight line. That shouldn't hit us either way. But now I've got to wait for Hermit Stonefist to stop his attack. You're fixing the E, aren't you? Yeah, that's leading animation. All right, we're risking this. Please go after a Palico or go in the complete wrong direction. That works too. We'll try to get 2 hits out of this in 1 and not lose as much. Yes, it did. Great. All right, go ahead and apply big boomerangs. Boomerang out there. Get a nice topple. Go ahead and dodge the little jump from Stonefist. This is a bit risky. I don't know if we have enough time. We do. Take some damage from Stonefist though, or not Stonefist. The hardest thing is I have Shred Claw in my head too, and that is what the English patch for Double Cross called Rest Razor. And when you're calling something Stonefist, you know, it's easy to use the S word for Shogun Hermitaur or Rest Razor Hermitaur. And it still makes sense. It's shredding claws. They're shredding you until you bleed. It's literally the mechanic. Right, see what he does here. He's just going for Gravios Skull now, so get some damage off. He should be down pretty quickly here. All right, boomerang out. Dodge. Wait for the ground to rumble. He's not going for us, so that's fine. Oh, that might hit us. That does hit us. It does a lot of damage too. The worst part, because you have to wait. You can't really keep attacking during that. We'll go ahead and soothing roll here. Well, at the very least, he ended that pretty quickly. All right, we'll get away here, or at the very least attempt to. He's doing the backhand. Try to close distance. See what you do here. Dodge into the claw. Attack. Boomerang out. In the wrong direction, though. We didn't get the quick turn off, unfortunately. It's fine, though. Boomerang out. 2 boomerangs here on the back legs. Do a spin. Try to close distance at the very least. He's doing a charged water beam. Wait for that to happen. Keep going for these back legs. He's going to run all the way away, though. Trying to get some range on us. Get some distance so he doesn't have to deal with us as much. Get a knockdown, though. I think I'm just going to build up gauge here. He should be down pretty quickly, like I said before, 10 minutes ago. But hopefully we can get some gauge to actually deal with Stonefist a little faster and save on that. That was good. Not sure if we're going to take damage from that, though. Sweet beam. Good deal. Do another attack, though. All right, very good. You're doing that. 2 boomerangs out here. Wait if you see if the ground's going to rumble. It does not. He goes after our Palico. No. I was thinking the ground was rumbling from something else, like Stonefist or Rest Razor attacking, or the ground bubbling up with lava, but it wasn't. It was actually him doing it. Again, if you just run in a straight line, you're fine whenever that attack comes out, but we're trying to save some time. Again, I don't like attacks like those because it is just stand there, run in a straight line, and you avoid it completely. But if you want to do anything else, it's just like, okay, make sure you're paying extra attention. Like by himself, okay, it's a fine attack. It is still just a bunch of waiting around, but whenever you're dealing with something else, you know, it's a bit more annoying. Either way, Stonefist or Rest Razor is down. And now I don't have to worry about calling Rest Razor Stonefist. Here comes the backhand. This is very similar to the charge attack from Rest Razor, where you want to wait until he moves before you jump and dodge that. He's just doing a quick claw swipe there. You see how much more damage he's doing, though. I'm sure he has a higher attack modifier in this quest. I'm not playing around him correctly either. And we've lost 2 acorns in a row. It's easier to lose the second acorn after the first if you don't heal or anything. So I don't really feel too bad about that. But we're going to get it range. It's not that hard of a hunt. You know me, I just make things a lot harder than they need to be. All right, dodge that. That's actually a great chance for Mega Boomerang, but we're gonna stay and just attack the legs here. All right, backhand. Good with that. Keep a couple of boomerangs going. Water beam. Does he move it? He does. He does. There's a little delay on that, so you can't really just decide immediately. And since Stonefist is so large, it is still a bit harder to fight him. And remember, while I believe the G5 quests don't have a higher chance for the silver or gold crowns, maybe it is for silver, they still just have an averagely larger version of the main deviant that you're fighting. And that's why it is a bit harder to fight the deviant sometimes, especially compared to the G3 and G4 hunts, because it's a little bit larger. Larger monsters are harder to fight. That is a universal rule, because their hitboxes are just larger. They have larger reach. Keep attacking here, and as a cat, you always want to just keep attacking even whenever he's doing the claw guard, because you're getting free gauge from that. There's no real reason not to unless you're needing to do something else at the moment. You know, you're not like a hunter where you have to worry about sharpness or wasting bullets, because you have infinite bullets and infinite sharpness. All right, keep going for damage here. Let's do a hop. Down on the ground, actually towards our cat, so we'll go ahead and get this readied. Now, when he's facing you with the skull, it's a bit more dangerous because he can do a charged horn swipe or just a little horn poke. So you got to be careful about that. And I still have to be careful about that little moving water beam. Not something I can just as easily do. All right, go ahead and throw a mega, or just a regular boomerang there. Go ahead and dodge, boomerang out. Doing a hop. Down on the ground. Go ahead and get this going. Since we're right on his side, we don't have to worry too much. He'll have to do a head turn before he does anything. 2 boomerangs there. Dodge to the left, boomerang out. He's doing the backhand move. And that has a very large hitbox. I did neglect to say that. You want to just make sure you dodge no matter what, because it kicks up the dirt around it as well, and that's a very large hitbox. This goes into the air, so another attack you can just very easily get a mega boomerang out on. When we get the knockdown, we'll be able to attack the claw a little easier. If you do want to go for the claw, I assume there's a material that's unique to breaking the claw. It is hard whenever you fight him regularly, but sometimes whenever you get something like a knockdown, it will start steaming and will have a slightly better hit zone. At the very least, you won't be bouncing on it. All right, 2 boomerangs there. We'll go ahead and apply big. Boomerang out. He's going to swipe and dodge into it. Try to get some distance, though, on him. All right, 2 boomerangs there. He's doing the backhand, but we get a flinch on him, so that's nice. 1 more boomerang there. He's doing a spin around. Backhand. Dodge it. Bit more generous on the front than on the back. Keep attacking him in shell guard here, and we can actually do this. Now, that was actually greedy because he could have moved that again. Playing more greedy whenever he does the water beams than I should be. Scoop around. He's finally poisoned, so that's good. He may have been poisoned right at the start. Also, I believe I forgot to give our Pelicos the, what's it called? The Deadeye weapon back. So they're going to be less effective at poisoning. All right, backhand. Just dodge that in case. You're completely safe behind him, but still got to be careful. Here comes the other poke. It's the poke. Okay. Go ahead and ready this and throw it out. Ah, we're going to miss out on a lot of damage, though, because he's in his claw guard. Oh, well. We'll just get some boomerangs off here while he does that and sits there. Dodging the claw swipe. Boomerang out there. Dodge to the left. All right, very good. Go for under him and under him. Doing a little charge attack there. So we're fine to just get some damage off once he finishes it off into the lava. He is actually exhausted now, so this is our chance to get some boomerangs off. As you can see, since we toppled him, his claw is steaming, so that's a chance for you to do some damage on it. Though, you know, at that particular point, you might not be able to damage it because it's sitting out of bounds. But that's not really a problem for us or gunners. I believe the crabs are also just generally weak to gunner weapons in general, too. So something to keep in mind if you are a gunner player. I believe it just completely shreds the EX hunts of these monsters. Oh, you're doing a grab attack, aren't you? All right, we're not going to let you do that, though. You should be popping out of the ground, though. This is the lava effects because he's barely touching the lava. That's interesting. All right, boomerang. Gonna get hit by the claw swipe there, though. I'm fine with that. All right, you're probably going to eat. That kind of looks like the eating animation. Either that, yeah, he's fixing to eat. So we'll just kind of keep doing some damage here. Hopefully we get a topple. We do not though, but we will go ahead and do a Mega Boomerang. We'll go into Enrage mode. Not before we get a Mega Knockdown. This will be your ultimate chance for damage because this is probably the longest knockdown he has, excluding traps and whatnot. Topples. Or mounts, I mean. But even then the mount probably lasts about that long. Maybe not. Though. It's a pretty long knockdown. It's very nice. If we had a bit more gauge, we would have been able to capitalize on it a bit better. Dodge there. Go for his underside. Attack the legs. I don't know where the leg hitbox ends and where the body hitbox begins. So you're getting more effectiveness out of trips and whatnot. Interesting thing to think about. Go ahead and rev this up. As he gets back up, you're going to pierce through the claw, but that's fine. Go ahead and apply piercing. Doing the claw guard. I think he's going to do some bubble beams here, though. Yes, he will. All right, here he comes. Boomerang out. Dodge it. Cut that a little close, but we're fine. 2 boomerangs there. We'll go to the right. Attack him in claw guard. He's doing a bubble beam. As soon as he starts moving, you'll know he's fixing to do a bubble beam. That's why you want to hang at an odd angle, so he does have to do a head turn. All right, we'll be hit by that, but that's not too much damage. We're right behind him here, so we don't have to worry about him hitting us with the bubble beam. So he's just going to do a little looking out attack, and then I call everything an attack. It's an action. That was a bit risky. Now this will apply Tremor. If you stay in your roll a little bit longer, which you should be fine to, you can get a little further away and actually ready to Mega Boomerang there, even though you had to dodge the attack. That's fine for us. We'll go ahead and keep spinning into him here. He's trying to spin here for a bubble beam. Won't let him do it too much though. There we go. Good. All right. Couple of boomerangs there. One more. Actually, 2 more. He's doing the backhand. Move. All right. 2 boomerangs there. He's doing a dig attack now. I think you're fine to do your digging attack too and just evade it completely. I don't think any of the attacks actually apply Tremor. But if they do, then you'll be knocked out of the ground and vulnerable for a pretty decently long period. Ah, there we go. Good. Onslaught him with boomerangs here. Turns towards us. See what he's going to do. He's going to do a bubble beam. All right, so 1 boomerang there. We get a rage mode cancel. Or attack cancel. All right, he's just spinning in the wrong direction, though. Curious what makes them do that. Not going to complain, though. All right, knocked over. It's fine, though. We're going to wait and see what he does next before we actually attack. It was very quick movement he did there. All right, we'll do 2 boomerangs there. We'll dodge to the right. Boomerang once more. He's doing the backhand. Move. We're right on the edge of that hitbox. All right. Wait and throw a Mega Boomerang here. Getting under him. Maybe could have thrown one there because he does taunt usually after the bubble beams. That's fine, though. Get at range here. Get out of the Tremor hitbox at the very least, and we'll throw this out. All right, good. There's a horn swipe into the air. Get another one out. Again, you want to stay in the roll long enough to where you won't be hit by the Tremor hitbox. It takes a bit to feel it out. But once we finally get that, we'll be able to get a bunch of Mega Boomerangs off here. I'm going to at the very least do 2. Actually, we'll do 3. We'll be risky with it. And that should get a massive chunk of damage off. Get another flinch, so that's nice. And that's why I wanted to do it, because I saw my piercing boomerangs ran out right before that happened. So I wanted to use them. All right, another digging attack, so we'll just go ahead and start running. And you can see it's pretty foolproof just to run in one direction and change the direction as soon as he pokes out of the ground. And you know you're safe. That way you can not run into a wall and then put yourself in an even worse position. All right, we'll apply big boomerangs and then we'll move towards them and actually start attacking again. Boomerang out. Does a bubble beam. 2 boomerangs there on the claw. I do believe the claw does take some decent thunder damage though, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Really trying to get some gauge built back up though. All right, this is the sweep with the short claw, so we're actually fine. We actually got a leg break, probably from a Mega Boomerang if I had to guess. I believe a leg break is also a guaranteed topple on top of your other just flinch topples. All right, water beam. 1 boomerang out there on the leg. Getting under him there, or at least attempt to. We failed that pretty miserably. Holding the wrong direction. Backhand. Get away from him there. Spin here. This is taunting, so we'll be able to continue attacking. Go ahead and spin on the front leg. Do one more attack. See what he does. All right, he's turning. So we're good to do another one. Doing a claw guard. So try to get as much gauge as we can from that. Go ahead and sheath our weapon. Run to the right side or left side. It's the correct side. Get a topple. That's great. We're almost done. Should be there pretty quickly. Because those mega boomerangs we were able to toss out really did a number on him. All right, toss into the air. I missed the timing on that. Thought it would last a little longer like it did earlier, but it did not. All right, charge horn sweep. As soon as he lands, go ahead and ready mega boomerang. That one may have been a bit riskier due to the trimmer hitbox, but we're fine. Get another flinch. We finally hit the 25-minute mark, so we should be right there. Couple more attacks at the very least should put him out of his misery. Do another dodge. Back away. You don't want to move with him, but since he is so large, it's hard to move away from him when he's in the air. Since you don't have that much mobility whenever you are on a roll. It is still quite a bit, but not that much. Probably be too broken if it had that much mobility. Please don't hit me again. Okay. Cut that off. Backhand. Dodge into it. We'll get that off. Again, don't mind taking too much damage from just the little swipes because they don't really do that much. All right, boomerang out here. He's doing a little claw shove. Doing another claw shove. Be a little more aggressive here. All right, good. Oh, no. The dust cloud hit me there and actually damaged me. He's targeting us, I assume. Never mind. Poor Binkai. Just go and take a rest. We're almost done. All right, hop. Dodge. Good damage. Two more boomerangs there. All right, we're good. Not good. Ah, man. I completely misjudged that attack. Radius. Again, you can tell it's not that hard. It's just trying not to get too bored and playing a little too aggressively. Like I said, I was going to do right before we fainted. I'm not respecting him enough. I promise you, if I were quiet, I'd do a little better. I say this every time though, so it doesn't really matter. I need to stop saying that because it doesn't matter. And you know, he'd be down by now if it was a multiplayer hunt, so it's not really something you have to worry about. Okay, well, there we go. There is Stonefist Hermitaur G5. Oh, if I had only dodged into that attack instead of going under it and then being hit by it. Oh well. Either way, I'll carve him up and meet you back at base. All right, let's look at that equipment. I believe Stonefist actually has interesting equipment. It's not good, but it is different, to say the least. Purple sharpness, 200 melee attack, and 25 water melee. So, you know, already looks decent. I believe it has negative 25 affinity, which, you know, can be offset. That is still a fairly sharp and harsh amount of negative affinity. It would make it probably not worth it, but decent element, decent raw, purple sharpness, you know, not too terrible. I believe the Hyper Mizutsune Parasol XR, or just the Mizutsune Parasol XR, is what you would rather be using for melee. And your melee attack is 181 and 15 water, so not anything you're using here. Purple sharpness doesn't make up for that much. It's not for you, where the multiplier is actually pretty high, and even then it wouldn't matter because it's not going to make that much of a difference whenever you compare it to other weapons. So for the armor, it is going to be the lower, one of the lower ones, if I can find it here. I believe I've already looked at it. Another crab armor, if you want to look like a crab for whatever reason. 152, which is actually lower than Rust Razor, which has 10 more defense, and only 5 fire resistance, 5 water resistance, and 3 dragon resistance. So a bit more varied in its resistances, but it doesn't specialize in anything. And for cats, you can specialize, so you don't really have to pick and choose. All right, there we go. Stonefist Hermitaur G5 is down. That was certainly an interesting ending. That was very funny. I got a good laugh out of that. Either way, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider leaving a comment below, and maybe even consider subscribing. Until next time, bye.